Welcome back here to the PM Show with Nancy and Larry Manetti.
How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
I don't want to say anything's happening here, but Carol just called me darling when we got back to the great Carol Burnett is with us here on the
Carol,
show.
I heard Dean, and it reminded me, you did a movie with him, right?
That was my first movie.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Now, come on. What was that like with Dean Martin?
Oh, he was great. He was adorable. But he wasn't there very much. He was golfing a lot.
He was? Oh,
No,
wow.
he was golfing a lot. But when he was there, he was so loose and so kind and funny and all. No, he was great. I was in my 20s, and it was not a good movie. It was one of those 60s things that, I don't know. But it was called Who's Been Sleeping in My Bed?
Oh, I remember that movie.
And I was the best friend of the leading lady. So it was like I was the Eve Arden. If anybody can remember who
I
Eve
can
Arden
remember
was,
Eve Arden, our Miss
I was
Brooks.
the best
yes.
friend.
That's
And it was with Dean and Elizabeth Montgomery.
Ooh.
And a lot of good people.
Loved Elizabeth Montgomery.
Yeah. Oh, what a doll she was.
Yeah.
Carol, when did you know on your show, the Carol Burnett Show, when you first started, when did you know you had something really special, when it gelled? And, I mean, we've seen it over the years, and you guys carried on, and you're talking about the great sketches. But did you know right away, or did it take a few episodes? What was the moment you said, we got it?
I wasn't aware. When we first got together, before our first taping, I got with Harvey and Vicky and Lyle. Tim wasn't a regular performer at that point. And I just said, what we have to do is just go out there and have fun and not think about what they want us to do or this or that. We have to believe in the fact that we're going to love each other and we're going to have fun, and that's it. And that's what we did.
Boy,
And that's what we saw.
That's what we did.
It shows.
And I never thought, I didn't even know about what our ratings were.
Wow.
At the first few years. I never looked. I never cared. I just said, we're doing what we want to do, and that we hope the audience loves it, and that's it.
Well,
Yeah,
you are
TV
right
City
on.
was hopping at that time.
Oh, it
As
was.
you mentioned Sonny and Cher and Red Skelton Show, and there was stuff going on there all the time.
Yeah. Sonny and Cher were right next door to us. And you could get to their stage by going through the ladies' room or the men's room.
Really?
And so sometimes I would go in when we were on a break or something, and while they were changing the scenery, I'd go through the ladies' room and I'd see what Sonny and Cher were doing. And sometimes we would walk on each other's sets in front of the audience, just surprise everybody. I mean, it was so loose.
That is fun.
That's wonderful.
It was great.
You're so blessed to have had that.
Yeah.
Carol, are you writing a new book?
Yeah, I'm doing a book. Actually, my daughter, who is deceased, she died almost 10 years ago, Carrie.
Yeah.
And she was really quite a force of nature. She was a brilliant actress and singer and writer and director and all of these things. She died way, way too soon, of course.
For sure.
And she has a big fan base. And so she had written a screenplay, and she called Sunrise in Memphis. And it was about a bohemian girl who was on this mysterious journey to Graceland on this journey with a mysterious cowboy to Graceland. And it's a very interesting story, and she'd sent me copies of her first few pages of the screenplay and so forth. And then she decided to take the trip to Graceland herself, as this character does in her screenplay. And she sent me all these wonderful emails about her trip and what she was learning, and then also sent me new pages of the screenplays that went along. When she got sick and was diagnosed with cancer, she, in the hospital room, said, "Mom, would you finish the screenplay for me?" Because it was only half finished. I tried, but it didn't. I couldn't do it. They were her characters to write, but I had all of these wonderful emails from her, which are really funny and very insightful. And so I thought, well, I'll just talk about that and put her emails on the page, put her half-finished screenplay on the page, and put what she and I went through as mother and daughter to come to the conclusion that we were kind of joined at the hip because we had problems. And I'm writing about those problems too, And
Wow.
but she had a wonderful outlook on life. She loved everybody. She loved people. She was everybody. I've heard from people who knew her that I didn't know that said sometimes she kind of changed her life for the better. She was quite wonderful, and she said that at one point she said, legacy. The legacy we leave are the smiles that we give to a total stranger who needed it right then, and God put you there to deliver.
How beautiful.
What a tribute.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
That is your daughter, and
That's my
she
daughter.
is just like you, Carol. And I can't wait to get my hands on this book now. That is,
Well, I can't wait to finish it. So.
I'm telling you. Hang on here. We're going to take a quick break and finish things up with the great Carol Burnett. Great stuff here on the show. You guys are doing a good job here. Larry, Nancy, this is your best show yet.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
I guess it's your first
Thanks,
show, come
Carol.
to think of it. No, I'm just kidding. We'll be back on CRN with the great Carol Burnett.